and welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the concept of descriptive statistics. And to be specific, I'm going to be talking about the idea of data visualization. A picture, they say what, 1,000 words, and it also applies to statistics. Basically, data visualization is actually a process in statistics where we actually use some tools and graph to actually tell a story about our data set. Now, we have a whole lot of data visualization tools. Just take a look at them. There are so much, so you don't expect me to actually talk about all of them in this video. So I'll be talking about them in series of video. One of the cool things about this tool is based on the fact that some couple of them can actually do the same job, and it all boils down to preference, whether you are choosing data viz A or data viz B. One of the core skills as a data analyst is to know when and why you are using a data visualization tool. Let's take, for example, why using a bar chart here instead of an histogram, or why using a line chart here instead of a bar chart. In today's video, we are going to be picking two data visualization tools. I'll be talking about when to use them and how to use them, and that is the bar chart and the pie chart, also known as the donut chart. So without further ado, let's get into the video properly. Basically, what is a bar chart? A bar chart is actually a data viz tool that actually uses bars to represent the value or the frequency of a data set. The bar chart consists of the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. On the horizontal axis, we have the variable of interest, and on the vertical axis, we actually have the frequency of the variable. These are some of the few properties of a bar chart. Number one is that a bar chart is basically used to visualize categorical variables, that is those variables that can never take a numerical value. If you want to learn more about the concept of categorical variables, I have a video about that, so you can just go check that out. I will be linking that at the end of the video and also in the description. And also, the second property of a bar chart is that whenever you are plotting a bar chart, we have equal spaces in between the bars. That simply shows that we are working with countable variables, that is discrete variables. The third property of a bar chart is based on the fact that the height of the bars is actually proportional to the frequency of the variable. That is, the variable with the highest frequency is going to have the tallest bar, and the variable with the lowest frequency is definitely going to have the shortest bar. We also need to know that the bar chart can either be plotted either vertically or horizontally. This has nothing to do on the story you are telling with your data set. It actually all boils down to preference. Now, there are basically three types of bar chart. We have what we call the single bar chart, we have what we call the grouped or the multiple bar chart, and we have what we call the components or the stacked bar chart. So basically, as the name implied, the single bar chart is basically used to visualize just a single categorical variable, just one categorical variable, and you're good to go. The multiple and the components bar chart can actually be replaced with each other, meaning wherever you are using a multiple bar chart, you can also still use a component bar chart there. They actually do the same thing, and there's literally nothing different about them. So for the multiple or the component bar chart, they are basically used to visualize two categorical variables. That is, let me say you have one categorical variable right here and you have another categorical variable right, and you want to compose them and you want to compare them. Then you're going to be using the concept of either the multiple bar chart or the component bar chart. The pie chart, on the other hand, is actually a bar chart that actually uses sector. That simply means the single bar chart and the pie chart can actually be used in replace of each other. Whenever you see a pie chart, you can use a bar chart and vice versa. The pie chart is also used to represent categorical variables, single categorical variables, but it does not have horizontal and vertical axes like the bar chart. The pie chart makes use of sectors and angles subtended by these sectors to visually represent our data set. Just like the bar chart, the area of the sector is actually proportional to the frequency of the variable. That simply implies that the variable with the highest frequency is going to be having the largest sector or the largest angle subtended by the sector, and the variable with the lowest frequency is going to be have the lowest angle subtended by the sector. Now, using a single bar chart or a pie chart is actually all about choice. You know, it all boils down to preference. One of the few variations of a pie chart is actually the donut chart, and basically the donut chart is just, instead of using the sector to visually represent your data set, you are going to be using the arc, you know, a full area of the arc to actually visually represent your data set. So it's actually time for us to get our hands on data set, and I have those popular superstore data sets to actually plot the bar charts, you know, the multiple bar charts, the pie chart and stuff like that. Now, this data set is really large. I think it consists of over 400 rows or something. So I won't be starting the data visualization with this data set. I will actually use something very simple, then explain the basis of bar charts, pie charts with this simple data set, then come back to this superstore data set, then actually visualize the superstore data set. You can also see this video as me trying to teach you how to use Excel to actually plot your bar chart or a pie chart. So without further ado, let's get into Excel. So this is the data set, a very simple data set that I just actually built on my own. As you can see on the A column, we have the favorite color, we have state of origin, we have frequency, and then we have frequency 1, and then we have frequency 2. So let us try to visualize a single categorical variable with its corresponding frequency. So I click on state of origin, I also click on frequency, I come right here, and okay, you can see that it has tried to visualize state of origin and the frequency. So it means the number of people that stays in Lagos, there are 14 of them. The number of people that stays in Osun State, there are actually 20 of them. People that stays in Abuja, people that stays in Anambra, people that stays in Kwara. I can also do the same thing for favorite color and frequency 1. Let's just take this right here. So let's click on favorite color, frequency 1. We come right here, and this is it right here. So you can see it has actually visualized the favorite color and the frequency. So this is actually a single bar chart. You can also still decide to plot a pie chart for this data set of ours. So I can just bring this right here. All right, so let's just probably take favorite color, and then we take frequency 1, then we come right here to pie chart, and as you can see, it has actually visualized favorite color with frequency on this pie chart for us. So let's talk about the concept of the multiple bar chart and the components bar chart. So let's assume I want to actually visualize state of origin with these two frequencies, that is frequency 1 and frequency 2. All I have to do is to select the state of origin and all of this, then come right here, and you can see it produces a multiple bar chart for me. So right here we have Lagos, we have Osun, we have Abuja, we have Anambra, we have Kwara. So for Lagos State, for the first frequency we have 15, for the second frequency we have 14. So as you can see, we have two bars making up just a single bar. So we have for Osun, we have for Abuja, we have for Anambra, we have for Kwara State. So this right here is a multiple or a grouped bar chart. We can also decide to convert this into more like a stacked bar chart or a component bar chart. As you can see, it has changed from just having two bars to having like two bars stacked on each other. So you can see this area right here represents state of origin and frequency, and this area right here represents state of origin and frequency 1, you know, stuff like that. So this is just the basic idea of the component bar chart, the multiple bar chart, the single bar chart, and the pie chart. So it's actually time for us to go into the proper data set and actually work on this. So let's get into it. So right here is actually the popular superstore data set, and as you can see, this is actually a whole lot. We have a lot of things going on right here. We have a lot of variables. We have profits, discounts, quantity, sales, product name, subcategory, just mention. We have a whole lot of them. And the columns we have, I think we have over 2,000, over 2,000 columns. So you don't expect me to just directly just jump into this and start plotting the bar chart or the pie chart or anything. So one of the tools that data analysts use is to create what we call a pivot table. So a pivot table is going to help you to sum your data set, and after summing your data set, then you can now pick what you want to pick. So basically, I'm going to Control A and select all my data set, then I'm going to be inserting a pivot table. So I've selected that, so I want the pivot table to be in a new worksheet, and boom. So this is our pivot table. So it has actually helped us to organize all of our data sets. So we have order ID, order date, ship dates, stuff like that. So basically you can pick anything right here. If you have been following my videos, you know that order ID, order date, shipment date, month, year, ship mode are all categorical variables, and the only numerical variables we have right here is sales, quantity, discount, profit. So I just want to visualize order date and probably with profit. So I can pick order date, keep it right here on the rows. Then I can come right here and probably bring discounts to the values. So it's going to sum the discounts for me across each year. So we have 2014, we have 2015, we have 2016, we have 2017. So in the year 2014, the sum of discount is 66.3%. In 2015 we have 74.12% and stuff like that. So you can decide to now plot a bar chart right here, because you are talking about row labels. Row labels in this case of ours is actually a categorical variable. So all you have to do is to just select all of this, then you can actually insert pivot charts, and it will bring this out for you, and you press OK. So it actually help you to visualize the sum of discounts. If you don't want to do it this way, you can also come like this, just then come to insert. I think this also work. Bar chart, exactly, it also works to stuff like this, so it gives you the same thing. Let's just delete one. We can also decide to just use a pie chart here. Just click all of this, insert pie chart, and this is it, and stuff like that. So let's assume we want to add another variable right here next to the sum of discounts. I can just decide to pick quantity right here. I drop it down right here, and immediately the algorithm actually gives me a multiple bar chart. So it has given me the sum of discount in terms of blue. We have the sum of quantity in terms of yellow. If you notice, the pie chart was not touched, because a pie chart can't be used to visualize two variables at the same time, just a single variable at the same time. So whenever you find yourself having to face large or huge amounts of data sets to work with, then in this case of ours, you're going to be using the pivot table, as the data analyst will actually do. If you're interested in knowing the type of data set that we have on statistics, I would advise you actually check out a video right here. And if you're interested in knowing the overview of statistics, I have a video right here for you. Thanks for making it to the end of this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.